These philosophy channels have been dominating YouTube for a while now, and if you've been here recently, you already know I've covered this topic before, but lately, things have started to change. A few creators took that same concept, added a small twist, and the results are impossible to ignore. One creator in this niche has grown to nearly 200,000 subscribers, and if we take a look at his analytics, you can see that this format is generating serious results. But this is where it all starts to make sense. A wave of brand new creators has entered this same niche, with many of these channels being less than 30 days old, but are already seeing a strong early performance. And when you look at all of this together, it becomes clear that this isn't luck. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you the entire process so you can understand how these channels are built and how to start one with a real potential to grow. Because what used to take hours of planning and manual effort can now be done much faster when you follow the correct workflow. And to make everything easier for you, I will split this tutorial into two parts. In the first part, I'll show you how to create videos that are designed to perform well by using advanced AI tools. So even if you're a complete beginner, you can easily follow along and understand everything. And in the second part, I'll show you how to take it a step further by creating videos that outperform what's already out there by using a more manual workflow with only free AI tools so you can get started without spending a single penny. So now that you understand the overall plan, the first and most important step is building a perfectly branded channel. And I'm not going to show you how to create a basic or robotic channel. Instead, I'll show you how to build one that actually stands out, and I'll walk you through a few key details most people overlook, which is often why their videos struggle to get any views. Now to start off, we'll be using ChatGPT. So once you are in, start by telling it that it is a branding expert for YouTube channels. Next, ask it to generate 10 unique and memorable YouTube channel name ideas. Now as you can see, below that I've explained what this niche is about, the tone and style to use, and what it should avoid. And you can find this exact prompt along with all the other prompts we'll be using in this video inside my free Telegram channel linked below. Or you can simply copy each prompt directly from your screen, since I'll be going through everything slowly step by step. And once you use this exact prompt, ChatGPT will generate a list of 10 channel name ideas that perfectly match the niche, and all of them are very memorable, which is exactly what we want. So now that the name ideas are ready, let's move on to creating the channel description. To do this, stay in the same ChatGPT session and start by telling it that it's a professional YouTube channel copywriter and SEO strategist. Next, ask it to create a channel description for your channel. All you need to do is go through the names above, copy the one you like the most, and paste it into this section so ChatGPT knows which name you've chosen. After that, I've included a few important details in the prompt, such as the niche, the style, SEO requirements, and some constraints. And for the best results, make sure to copy the exact prompt I'm using here. And once you run the prompt, as you can see, ChatGPT will generate a perfectly branded channel description that's made specifically for your channel name and fully SEO optimized. Now with that done, simply use everything you've created so far to set up your YouTube channel. And as you can see, your channel should look similar to the example I have right here. So now that everything is set, you can see that we're still missing the channel logo, so let me show you how to create one that really matches the niche. To do this, open the same ChatGPT session you've been using so far and tell it that, based on the channel name and description above, you want it to generate a text-to-image prompt that you'll use in a text-to-image tool to create a channel logo. Next, below that, I've explained the exact theme of the logo, along with all the logo requirements, visual style, and rules, so simply use the exact prompt I'm using here, and once you run it, ChatGPT will generate one clean, detailed text-to-image prompt that's ready to use. So now that the prompt is ready, copy it entirely from here and head over to a tool called Leonardo AI. Once you are in, open the text-to-image feature and watch closely. First, open the model settings above and make sure to select the ideogram model, which is the one I use most, since it works very well. Next, on the left side, set the ratio to 1:1 since that's the correct format for a logo. After that, simply copy the rest of the settings I'm using here, paste the prompt into the prompt section above, and finally click the generate button to start the generation process. Now this process will be pretty fast, and once it's done, as you can see, we've created a channel logo that matches the niche. It's high quality, clean, and minimal, which is exactly what we want. Now with that done, simply download the logo from here, head back to YouTube Studio, and upload it in the logo section right here. And once that's finished, your channel is almost set. Now let me show you a few important steps that can help your channel gain traction and avoid getting stuck with low views, so pay close attention. First, open the settings below, then navigate to the channel settings section right here. Inside, you'll find the channel keyword section, which is very important, so let me show you exactly how to set it up. For this step, we'll be using a tool called vidIQ, so once you are in, start by opening a new chat in the AI Coach, which is specifically designed for YouTube SEO optimization. And don't worry, you can use it completely for free. Now start by telling the coach to generate a list of high-performing YouTube channel tags based on your channel name. As you can see, in this section right here, you'll need to enter the channel name you've chosen so it knows what to base the results on. Below that, I've included a few details about the niche along with some requirements and rules. So as always, make sure to copy the entire prompt you see here. And once the prompt is ready, simply click on the generate button to start the process. Now this process may take up to a minute, and once it's finished, you'll see that we've generated a full list of trending and optimized channel tags that are based on the exact niche, and it was super easy. So now that the tags are ready, copy the entire list from here, then head back into the YouTube studio, and then paste it into the channel keyword section right here, and just like that, this part is finally done. Now one more important step is to confirm your phone number. Go to the feature eligibility section, and under intermediate features, you'll find an option to confirm your phone number. This step is important because it helps YouTube verify your account, so make sure that you don't skip this one. With that done, simply save everything, and just like that, your channel is nearly set. Now after your channel is created, the final step is to spend some time naturally using the account during the first week. That means watching videos in your niche, liking some videos, and leaving a few real comments over time. And liking and commenting on this video is a great place to start. This helps YouTube understand what your channel is about and confirms that the account is active and managed by a real person. So now that you have created a perfectly branded channel, let's start with the video creation process, where the first step is the video script. And I'm not going to show you how to create a generic robotic script. Instead, I'll show you how to create a script that's structured to keep people watching and actually works in this niche. And to make this easier for you, I've already prepared the exact prompts that I use myself, and I'm sharing them with you for free, so pay close attention. To start off, open a new ChatGPT session and start by telling it that it is a YouTube growth strategist who specializes in long-form philosophical channels focused on ancient Japanese and samurai wisdom. Next, ask it to generate 5 high-potential video ideas with a strong chance to perform well. Now below that, I've explained everything step by step. I've outlined the niche, added important title rules to follow, included additional content rules, and defined the overall format for how everything should be generated. You already know where to find this prompt, so once you run it, ChatGPT will generate a list of 5 video ideas made specifically for this niche. And as you can see, all of them are unique and based on proven concepts that work, which is exactly what we're aiming for. So now that the video ideas are ready, let's create the actual script. To do this, stay in the same ChatGPT session and ask it to create a highly engaging video script with strong psychological hooks and high retention. Then, tell it that the script needs to be based on old Japanese philosophy. Next, go through the ideas above and choose the one you like most. Then copy that exact idea and paste it into the idea section of the prompt so ChatGPT knows which one you've selected. Below that, you'll see a duration section where you can enter the script length you prefer. You can choose any duration, such as 10 to 20 minutes, but for this example, I'll enter 5 minutes so it's easier to follow. So now that everything is set, below that you can see that I've added a detailed list of instructions that ChatGPT needs to follow. I've explained the exact niche, the style and tone of the script, the structure requirements, formatting, and a few important rules. This prompt is very important, so make sure to use it exactly as shown, word for word. And once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will generate a full video script that's specifically designed to work well in this niche. And honestly, the script we've created here is very strong because it includes clear emotional hooks that help keep viewers engaged, which naturally leads to better watch time and stronger overall performance. So now that you have created the script, you're finally ready to create the video. For this part, we'll use a tool that simplifies the entire process, and it's the same type of tool that many creators in this niche are already using. The tool is called VecSub, so go ahead and open it. Now to start off, click on the Create a Video button, which will open the first step of the video creation process. As you can see, there are multiple features available, but in our case, make sure to select the text to video option. And once that's done, click on the button above, which will redirect you into the second step. Here you'll need to choose the video format. Since we're creating a long form video, select the horizontal format and then continue into the third step of the process. In this step, you need to choose the voice for the voiceover. First, make sure to remove the default narrator here. Then scroll down where you'll find a wide selection of voices you can use. There are many options available, but the one I've found that works the best for this niche is the Michael voice, so feel free to use the same one I'm using here. So now that the voice is set, scroll back up and move to the next step, which is the video script. Here, you could generate a script using the built-in script writer, which is a very useful feature. But since we already have a strong script prepared, simply paste it into this section right here. With the script in place, scroll up again and navigate to the final step, which is the image style, and this part is very important. Now to match the overall vibe of this niche, you can use the painting style, which is very close to what we're aiming for. But for the best results, there's also a custom style feature, which is what we'll be using here. In this section, you need to enter a style prompt that defines the look of the video. In my case, I will enter a prompt that closely matches the visual style commonly used in this niche. So for the best results, make sure to copy the exact prompt that I'm using right here. And once you've entered the same prompt that I'm using, you're ready to generate the video. To do that, simply click on the generate button above, and just like that, the generation process will start. This usually takes around 3 to 5 minutes, and once it's finished, the video will be fully created. As you can see, all of the scenes are generated automatically, including captions, transitions, and background music, which makes the process incredibly simple. At this point, the video is almost ready to export, but before we do that, let me show you how to improve it a bit, so pay close attention. First, if you don't like how a specific scene turned out, you can easily adjust it. Just select the scene you want to change and click the edit button right here. Now in this menu, you'll see the option to regenerate the scene using the automatically generated prompt. When doing this, make sure to keep the painting style, because using a different style can make the visuals feel inconsistent. Now another option is to replace a scene by importing your own media. And if you're wondering how to do that, let me show you right now. To start off, open VecSub in a new tab and watch closely. Now just like before, create a new video project, but this time, in the video type section, make sure to select the VO3 feature. Once that's selected, click on the button above, which will take you into the generation settings. As you can see, this is a built-in video generator that is very similar to the other text-to-video tools out there. Here you can choose between VO or Sora, depending on your preference. In my case, I'll be using Sora. Next, in the prompt section below, you'll need to enter a video prompt. Here, I'll use a prompt focused on generating a calm Japanese samurai. You can see the full prompt I'm using, since I'm going through it slowly. And if you want similar prompts, you can simply save this one and ask ChatGPT to generate variations based on it. Now below that, you'll find the video format settings. Make sure to select the horizontal format. So now that everything is set, simply click on the generate button above to start the process. This usually takes around 20 seconds, and once it's finished, you'll see that we've created a video featuring an old, wise samurai. The visual style fits the niche very well, which comes directly from using a strong and well-structured prompt. So now that the video is ready, download it using the download button right here. Once that's done, head back to the tab where you're creating the main video. Next, open the edit option on the scene you want to change and simply import the video you just created. With that done, the original scene will be replaced by the new video and automatically placed in the correct position. Now listen closely. What I just showed you here is completely optional. In my case, I won't be generating any additional videos since all of my scenes turned out very well. I wanted to show you this feature so you know it's available if you ever want to use it. So now that everything is set, let's move on to sound customization. First, in this menu right here, you can adjust the volume of the voiceover. In my case, I'll leave it at 100%. Below that, you can adjust the volume of the background music. Your video will automatically include matching background music, so here you can simply fine-tune the volume. If you don't like the auto-generated music, you can upload your own track, or choose one from the list below, where you'll find several popular options. In my case, I'll keep the auto-generated music. So now that the sound is set, let's move on to the subtitles section, where you can customize how the captions look. As you can see, you can change the subtitle style here, and there are several good options available. In my case, I'll use the magic style, since it fits the overall vibe of the video very well. Below that, you can also adjust the text size and position. Personally, I don't recommend changing anything here, because the default settings already work well. Now with that done, let's adjust the overall video style. As you can see, there are a few different styles you can choose from, and while all of them are solid, I'll use the fade style, since it looks clean and works nicely for this type of content. So now that everything is set, you're ready to export the video. To do that, click on the export button above, and the rendering process will begin. This process usually takes around a minute, and once it's finished, your video will be ready. Now in this section right here, you'll also see a performance or quality score for the video. In my case, the video received a very high score, which is a good indicator that everything is set up properly. Now to download the final video, simply click on the download button right here, and just like that, your video will be downloaded. So now that the video is ready, let's finally see how it came out.
Most men believe strength is proven by words, by explaining, defending, asserting, and reacting. The samurai believed the opposite. They understood that the more a man speaks, the more he leaks his position, his intent, and his weakness. Silence was not absence. It was discipline made visible. Chapter 1. The Weight of Silence. In ancient Japan, silence was trained deliberately, not admired casually. Miyamoto Musashi wrote that a warrior must observe deeply and speak sparingly, because speech reveals the mind before the blade ever moves. Within Bushido and Zen practice, silence was a method of control, not a personality trait. To remain silent under pressure required mastery over impulse, ego, and fear. Only those who governed themselves could afford to say nothing. Chapter 2. a modern man who spoke too much. There is a man today who learned this lesson without ever holding a sword. His life was loud in every sense, opinions offered quickly, emotions explained constantly, conflicts met with justification instead of restraint.
As you can see, the video turned out really well, and considering the effort it took to create, the result is pretty solid. So now that the video is ready, let me show you how to upload it to YouTube in a way that gives it the best chance to perform well. To start off, open the YouTube Studio and upload the video you've just created. Once that's done, you'll see that we're missing most of the details, except for the video title. So first, open the same ChatGPT session where you generated your video ideas, then copy the title of the idea you used for this video. After that, head back into the YouTube Studio and paste the title into the title section right here, and that's pretty much it for this step. Now, as you can see, the video is still processing, and while we're waiting, let me show you how to create a thumbnail that can really grab attention. To do that, first head back into the same ChatGPT session where you created the video script, then tell it that based on the video script and idea above, you want it to generate a highly optimized text-to-image prompt that you'll use to create a thumbnail. Below that, I've clearly explained the core visual style it should follow, the main subject, and I've also included a text hook along with strict rules for the prompt to follow. And for the best results, simply use the exact prompt I'm using right here. And once you run this prompt, as you can see, ChatGPT will generate a highly detailed text-to-image prompt that's specifically designed for your video. So now that the prompt is ready, copy it from here and head over into Leonardo AI. Once you're in, start by selecting the same model we used earlier, which is the ideogram model. Next, make sure to set the image ratio to 16:9, since that's the correct format for a YouTube thumbnail. After that, copy the rest of the settings that I'm using right here. Next, paste the prompt into the prompt section above and click on the generate button to start the process. This will only take a few seconds, and once it's done, you'll see that we have just created a thumbnail that looks very strong. It has a clear hook, features an old samurai, and fits the niche perfectly. Now with that done, simply download the thumbnail from here, then head back into the YouTube Studio and upload it in the thumbnail section right here. So now that the thumbnail is set, let me show you how to create the most important SEO elements for the video. So pay close attention. For this step, we'll use the same AI coach that we have used earlier. So once you are in, start by telling it that it's a YouTube SEO expert. Next, make sure to enter your video title in this section right here so it understands what your video is about. For the rest of the prompt, I've explained the full channel niche, added clear rules for the video description, included tag guidelines, and defined the final output style. So now that the entire prompt is ready, simply click on the generate button to start the process. This may take a little longer, but once it's finished, you'll see that we have just generated a fully SEO optimized video description, along with a complete list of SEO optimized video tags. And these results are based on current trends, which is exactly what we're aiming for. So now that everything is created, copy the full video description from here, then head back into the YouTube Studio, and then paste it into the description section right here. Once that's done, scroll down and under the Made for Kids section, make sure to set the answer as no. Then scroll down a bit further, and under the altered content section, also set the answer as no. Finally, scroll down a bit until you find the video tags section. Then head back into the AI coach and copy the full list of tags from here. Next, head back into the YouTube Studio and paste them into the keyword section right here. And with that done, this step is complete. So now that everything is ready, if we head over to the video check section, you can see that the video doesn't include any copyrighted material and is eligible for monetization. I just wanted to show you this so you can see it for yourself. Now with that done, to publish the video, head over to the visibility section, then set the video to public, and then click on the publish button below. And just like that, your video is now live and ready to gain traction. So now that I've shown you the entire process using the first method, let's move on to the second method, where we'll do everything using only free AI tools. And from this point on, I won't add any fancy edits, because this part is focused on pure knowledge, so watch closely. Now to start off, as you can see, I've created a video script in the same exact way we used before. And since I've already shown you the full process, let's move straight into creating the voiceover. Start by copying the entire script you've created from here. Then head over into a tool called DupDub, which is what we'll use for the voiceover. Once you're inside, you'll see that DupDub offers several useful features, but the one we'll be using is the AI voiceover feature, so go ahead and open that one. Start by pasting the full script into this section right here, and once that's done, watch closely. Now as you can see, the script may include small gaps between some of the lines, so all you need to do here is remove each of those gaps by simply deleting them, which is very easy to do. Once all of the gaps are removed, head over to the voices section on the right side. Here, you'll find a wide selection of voices you can choose from, and to make this easier, you can use the filters at the top. As an example, first set the gender, In my case, I'll choose male. Then set the quality, and I recommend using ultra quality for the best results. And once that's done, all of the voices that match these filters will appear. Basically, feel free to use any voice you like, but in my case, I'll use the Daniel voice, since I like how it sounds. And if you want to use the same voice, you can simply search for it by name using the search bar above. And just like that, you can find the exact same voice that I'm using right here. So now that you've selected a voice, the next thing you can do is adjust the speed and pitch, which can be helpful. However, for this voice, I prefer to leave the settings as they are, since they're already well balanced. You can also customize additional options here, such as adding sound effects, background music, adjusting pauses, or using lexicons. All of this is optional. So now that everything is set to generate the voiceover, simply click on the generate button right here. And once that's done, let's take a look at how the voiceover turned out.
Most men believe strength is proven by how quickly they speak, how firmly they assert themselves.
As you can see, the voiceover sounds very good and matches the calm tone of the video, which is exactly what we want. Now that the voiceover is ready, to export it, simply click on the export button above. In this section, make sure to select the MP3 option. You'll also see a few additional export settings, but since we're using the free version, there's no need to change anything here. Finally, click on the download button below, and just like that, your voiceover will be downloaded. So now that the voiceover is ready, let's move on to creating the visuals for the video. To start off, open the same ChatGPT session where you have created the script. Then tell it that based on the full video script above, you want it to generate a list of text-to-image prompts that visually match the script from start to finish. Next, below that, I've added a detailed list of instructions. This includes the purpose of the prompts, the visual style, subject rules, structure, and the exact output format. So for the best results, make sure to use the exact prompt I'm using here. And once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will generate a list of 10 image prompts designed to match different parts of the script with a high level of detail. We generate only 10 prompts at a time to keep them as detailed as possible. At the end, ChatGPT will ask if you want to continue with the next set. Simply type yes, and it will generate the next 10 prompts. Now repeat this process until you've covered the entire script and you're happy with the number of images. In my case, for a video that's close to 5 minutes long, I generated around 30 image prompts, which is more than enough. So now that you've created all of the prompts that you need, you're ready to start creating the visuals for your video. For this part, we'll use Canva. This might seem a bit confusing at first, but you'll understand why we're using this tool in just a moment. Once you're inside Canva, start by creating a new custom size project. In the width section, set the value to 1920, and in the height section, set it to 1080. With that done, click on the Create button, and a new project will be opened. Next, open the Apps section on the left side. In the search bar above, type Magic Media, and once you find it, open it. As you can see, this is a built-in image generator that gives you free credits, allowing you to generate multiple images at no cost. Now head back into the ChatGPT session where you have created your image prompts, and start by copying the first image prompt from the list. Then return into Canva and paste the prompt into the prompt section right here. Now in the format settings below, make sure to select the landscape format since we're creating a long-form video. Once everything is set, click on the Generate button to start the process. Now this process will only take a few seconds, and once it's done, you'll see that we have just generated a set of 4 images based on our prompt, all matching the visual style that we are aiming for. So once that's done, choose the one you like the most, and once you click on it, it will appear on the canvas on the right side. Next, you need to scale the image so it fills the entire template, and once that's done, your image should look similar to what I have here. Now with that done, to download the image, click on the share button above, then open the download settings. Next, in this section right here, make sure to set the size to the highest resolution available. And finally, click on the download button below to save the image. So now that we have created the image for the first scene, let's create another one, but this time for the second scene. To do that, head back into the same ChatGPT session and copy the second image prompt from the list. Then return into Canva and replace the previous prompt with the new one that you have just copied. Once that's done, click the Generate button again to start the generation process. And after the process finishes, you'll see that we have just created a new set of 4 images for the second scene, and all of them came out very clean. Now, remove the previous image from the template on the right and add the new image in its place. Make sure to scale it so it fills the entire layout just like before. Once that's done, download the image the same way as earlier. Click on the share button, open the download settings, and use the same settings to download the second image. So now that you understand the entire process, you'll need to repeat these steps until you've generated images for all of the prompts. This part is very straightforward, so in my case, I've already created all of the images in the same exact way. Now the final step before we move into the video editing process is downloading a background music. And for this step, we will use a website called Pixabay, so go ahead and open it. Once you are in, start by selecting the music filter at the top. Next, in the search bar, type something like calm Japanese music. And after you click search, you'll see a list of tracks that match those keywords. From here, you'll want to download 2 or 3 tracks, depending on the length of your video. And you can download any track you like by simply clicking the download button next to it. And with that done, you're finally ready to proceed with the video editing process. Now to edit the video, we will use CapCut, so go ahead and open it. Once you are in, the first thing you need to do is import everything you have created so far. That means the voiceover, the visuals, and the background music. And once that's done, watch closely. Now select the voiceover and drag it into the video timeline below. As you can see, the voiceover will have small gaps in between each line, and if this were another type of video, we would remove them. But for this one, leave them as they are, and only remove any large gaps if you have them. Once that's done, go to the media section above and select all of the visuals you've created. After that, simply drag them above the voiceover in the video timeline. Now, as you can see, the visuals are not filling out the entire timeline yet, but that's exactly how it's supposed to be. So now that the visuals are in place, you need to go through the voiceover part by part, and while doing that, extend or cut the visuals in the timeline. This step is simple, and to make it easier, you can follow a structure where each visual lasts around 5 to 10 seconds for smooth flow. And to save some time, as you can see, I've already done this for my video, and now the timeline is fully filled out, and your timeline should look similar to what I have right here. Now, with that done, let me show you how to add these cool zoom in and zoom out animations to your visuals, so watch closely. To start, set the editing line at the beginning of the first image. Next, in the settings on the right side, click on the scaling keyframe button, which will automatically add a keyframe at the beginning. Then move the editing line near the end of the first image, and in the settings on the right side, scale the image to 115%. Once you do that, another keyframe will be added automatically. Now move the second keyframe to the very end of the image, and then press Alt+K, which will open the keyframe editor. In this section, start by selecting the first keyframe, and in the settings above, click on the auto curve button right here. Next, select the second keyframe and apply the same auto curve to it. And with that done, the animation is all set. As you can see, we've now created a smooth zoom-in animation across the entire image, but now let me show you how to extend this animation. To do that, set the editing line at the beginning of the second image. In the settings on the right side, scale this image to 115%, and then add a keyframe at the beginning. Next, move the editing line near the end of the second image, and this time, scale the image down to 100%, which will automatically add another keyframe. Now, place the second keyframe at the very end of the image, and open the keyframe editor again. Inside the editor, simply apply the auto curve to both keyframes, just like before. And once that's done, as you can see, the animation is now extended. The first image zooms in, and the second image continues the motion by smoothly zooming back out. Now that you understand the process, you need to animate all of the images in your timeline in the exact same way. This should take around 5 minutes. And to save some time, as you can see, I've already done this for all of my images. Now all of them have this smooth zoom in and zoom out animation, which makes the video much more engaging to watch. So now that the animations are done, let's move on to creating the captions. To do that, open the text menu above, then open the auto captions feature, and simply click on the generate button below. This will start the generation process, and once it's finished, as you can see, captions are added throughout the entire video. However, the captions don't look very good by default and feel a bit boring, so let's fix that. To start off, head over to the font section on the right side, where you'll find a wide selection of fonts. You can choose any font you like, but in my case, I'll use this one right here since I like the style. Next, scroll down until you find the shadow option and enable it. Once you do, you'll see that it adds a clean shadow to the text, making it much more readable, which is exactly what we want. After that, open the animation menu above, then go into the caption animation section. Here, you'll find several free animations you can use. Just like before, feel free to choose the one you like most, but in my case, I'll use this one right here since it fits the overall vibe of the video. So now, to make the text look a bit better, you can also scale it up slightly until you reach the right size. You can match it closely to the size I'm using here. Next, to add a nice touch, open the text menu, and from there, you can change the text color to whatever you prefer. In my case, I'll use this orangey yellow color since it matches the overall vibe of the video. Now to add the final touch to the captions, head over to the effects menu above. Here, search for an effect called 4K HDR, which is this one right here. Next, drag that effect above the captions in the editing timeline, and then extend it until it reaches the end of the video. Once that's done, go to the settings on the right side and set the blur to 0. Then also set the the sharpen to 0. Above that, adjust the glow to your preference. In my case, I'll set it to +15 for a clean and balanced look. So now that everything is set, select both the effect and all of the text layers, right-click on them, and create a compound clip. This will merge them together, and we do this so the effect is applied only to the text, which makes this step very important. Now with that done, let's add another effect that many creators in this niche are using. To do that, open the same effects menu above, but this time search for an effect called Film Frame, which is the one we'll be using. Once you find the effect, simply select it and drag it to the top of the timeline right here. Then extend it so it covers the entire video from start to finish. And just like that, you can see that we've added this subtle effect to the video, which makes it look much better. So now that the entire timeline is edited, select everything except the voiceover. Then, just like before, create a compound clip, which will merge all of the visuals and effects into one clean section. Next, open the animation menu on the right side. Under the In Animations, you can add any animation you like. This part is optional because the important part is the out animation. Here, make sure to apply the fade out animation because it makes the ending smoother and gives the video a much cleaner finish. So now that everything is ready, the final step is adding the background music. To do that, select the track in the media section above and drag it below the voiceover in the timeline. If you want the music to start at a specific part, you can simply cut the track until that section begins, then place it at the start of the timeline. After that, cut it at the end so it matches the length of the voiceover. Next, in the settings on the right side, make sure to lower the volume of the track to around -20 so it doesn't overpower the voiceover. In the same settings section, add a 1-second fade in and a 1-second fade out to make the music smoother. And with that done, your video's now ready, and you're finally ready to export it. Now to export the video, click on the export button above, and in the settings, make sure to select the same options I'm using for the best quality. Once everything is selected, click on the export button below, and just like that, your video will be exported. So now that the video is ready, let's finally see how it came out.
Most men believe strength is proven by how quickly they speak, how firmly they assert themselves, or how loudly they defend their position. But in the old traditions of Japan, strength was measured differently. The strongest men were often the quietest, not because they had nothing to say, but because they understood the danger of unnecessary words. Silence was not emptiness, it was control, and control was the foundation of power. Chapter 1. The Unspoken Discipline. In the teachings of Zen and Bushido, silence was a form of training long before it was a form of communication. A warrior who spoke too much revealed his mind before the battle even began. Miyamoto Musashi warned that the undisciplined tongue exposes weakness faster than an unsteady sword. Words were treated as actions, and careless actions invited defeat. To remain silent was to remain unreadable, grounded, and present.
I didn't show you the entire video on purpose because it would take a lot of time, but you can clearly see how strong the final result is. And you can upload this video using the same steps we covered earlier. What really matters now is action. I've shown you the full blueprint for this niche, and it's up to you to use it. If you keep waiting and skip opportunities, someone else will step in and take that space instead. Also, if this video helped you out, make sure to like the video and leave a comment below. And as always, keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next one.